Ayesha Ali was the kind of employee most people barely noticed, quiet, punctual, always polite, never the center of attention. She worked as a junior assistant at DevCore Industries, a towering tech corporation with offices made of glass and steel, where everyone dressed like they had something to prove. But Ayesha wasn't there to impress anyone. She was there to survive. Her life was anything but easy. At just 24, she was the sole provider for her family. Her mother was ill and bedridden, and her two younger siblings depended on her for everything, from school supplies to electricity bills. Every day, she commuted from the outskirts of the city, crammed into overcrowded buses, clutching a second-hand bag, hiding the exhaustion behind a smile. She couldn't afford a single misstep. This job meant food on the table and medicine for her mother. But beneath that composed exterior, Ayesha was hiding something she hadn't told a soul. 9 months ago, everything changed. It was during the company's annual holiday party. It had been her first time attending such a grand event. Music echoing through crystal chandeliers, wine glasses clinking, people laughing too loudly, too freely. It was there that she met him, Adil, a charming senior executive with smooth words and a confident smile. He made her feel seen. He told her she was beautiful, rare, different. That night, caught in a whirlwind of vulnerability and inexperience, she made a mistake. A mistake that would change her life. 3 weeks later, she missed her period. When the test turned positive, she sat on the bathroom floor, heart pounding in her ears, her world crashing in silence around her. There was no Adil anymore. He had moved cities, transferred to another branch, and never returned her calls. Panic clawed at her from every direction. She couldn't tell her mother, couldn't afford a scandal, couldn't lose her job. So she hid it. For 9 months, she wrapped herself in oversized sweaters, avoided eye contact, stayed silent through nausea and fatigue, took the stairs slowly so no one would notice her shortness of breath. Every doctor's appointment was done in secrecy. Every night, she cried herself to sleep wondering how long she could keep it up. No one at the office knew. Not even Sarah, her closest friend and only confidant. Ayesha was planning to tell her eventually, maybe after the delivery. But the time never felt right. On a cold Tuesday morning, as she sat hunched over her desk, the contractions started. At first, she thought it was just another wave of pain she could push through. But the pain kept coming, stronger, deeper, relentless. She could barely breathe. She stumbled into the restroom and locked the door, collapsing onto the tiled floor. Sweat soaked through her clothes. Her hands trembled as she pulled out her phone. Her vision blurred, her breathing shallow. She thought she might die. So she typed one final message. "Sarah, if I don't make it, please take care of my baby. I've hidden the truth for 9 months. I was scared of what people would say, scared of losing everything. I know I made mistakes, but this child, he's innocent. Please, please protect him." And she hit send. But her shaking hands had made a terrible mistake. The message didn't go to Sarah. It went to Rayan Dev, the CEO of DevCore Industries. Rayan was in a board meeting when the message arrived. At first, he thought it was a mistake. But as he read the words, slowly, carefully, his heart clenched. He stood up without a word, leaving the room mid-sentence. His assistants followed in confusion, but he ignored them. He ran a quick search on the company directory. Ayesha Ali, junior assistant, admin department. He had seen her before in passing. Quiet, eyes always down, never late, never in trouble. He would never have imagined she was carrying something this heavy. Within minutes, he was on the admin floor, asking her colleagues where she was. No one knew. He checked the restroom door. Locked. He knocked. No answer. Then a faint whisper. "Help." He forced the door open. There she was, slumped on the floor, her lips pale, her body shaking. Blood was beginning to pool beneath her. Without hesitating, Rayan picked her up in his arms and rushed her to the elevator. "Call an ambulance," he barked into his phone. But by the time they reached the ground floor, he realized there wasn't time. He drove her himself. That night, Ayesha gave birth to a healthy baby boy. When she opened her eyes in a hospital bed the next morning, she expected judgment. She expected questions. She expected to be fired. Instead, she saw Ray Yan sitting quietly beside her, reviewing something on his phone. When he noticed her awake, he put the phone down and stood. "You're safe," he said. "And so is your son." Ayesha blinked in disbelief. Why are you here?" He looked at her for a moment. "Because you reached out, whether you meant to or not." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't mean to lie. I didn't know what else to do. I was scared of losing everything." Ray Yan nodded slowly. "You shouldn't have had to go through it alone." Then, with a calm firmness, he added, "You won't anymore." In the weeks that followed, Ray Yan did something no one expected from a CEO known for being cold and calculating. He launched a company-wide support program for women, especially single mothers, offering childcare, maternity leave, and counseling. In the face of that new initiative, Ayesha Ali, she returned to work not as a junior assistant, but as the program manager for employee welfare, a position Ray Yan personally appointed her to. Her salary tripled. She moved her family to a better neighborhood. Her mother received full-time care. Her siblings went to school with new shoes and bright eyes. And as for her son, little Ibrahim, he grew up surrounded by love, never knowing just how close he had come to being abandoned by the world, but also never knowing how one wrong message had saved his life.